That's why this person's going to be there. That's why they're getting like completely possessed in this case. It's like saying that this person was possessed while they were doing this. I almost want to say that's their cry wolf. I didn't know what I was doing. Sorry, officer. This just keeps coming out, so I gotta pause on this for a sec. Because in this particular movie, because you have to remember the movies when you're doing the horror cards. It's not just a matter of twins and then midnight, because this could just be two people doing things after midnight by way of divination. But in my mind, I'm getting it that I'm supposed to go through a portion of the movie, and what I'm seeing is the part in the winter where he's like chasing her outside of the house, and he goes through the maze. And he's like coming after her with the hatchet in this case. So the person that I think is actually the one that's possessive, or the possessive mind frame, or possession, as in demonic entity on them, or even just consumed by evil, would be the masculine in this case. Because we haven't talked about him yet. We haven't talked about where I said here that the masculines that would be involved in this. Because I do feel like that movie Scream is also relevant to like the two people, the two guys that are sadistic in mind. Like this is what they like to do. And now I'm getting that song by Lady Gaga. I think it's Oh She's Sweet But She's a Psycho. Or I don't know how it goes. So the other part that I'm going to take with this too, because after midnight it was forbidden to feed Gizmo or give him water, and then he would turn demonic. And so in this movie too, all of a sudden, once everything calmed down and it was night, his mind started getting all fucked up. He started hearing things, seeing things. So I think whoever this masculine is, which I think in this story is a Taurus or a Sagittarius, or a Gemini, or actually it could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sag, Virgo, Scorpio. I think that someone's actually having, like I think in this storyline someone's actually hearing voices. And I think that someone's actually, like I don't think this is like talking to yourself and ranting to yourself, you know, and like having conversations with yourself, you know, and just talking back to your own thoughts. No, I think that this person's actually like hearing like actual audio outside of their ear. And again, that's why this is entertainment purposes only, because I don't think someone could date this person and not notice a little some, like a little weird, like a switch, especially if they drink out, like if they drank, it's like that. You know when somebody gets so out of it that it's almost like you can wave your hand in front of them, they black out. But this person, it's like they become a different person. Too, like I mean I kind of do, but I think I'm supposed to just use that as a reference. I think that this energy here really does have like something going on in their mind where that could be what they're seeing too. You know, like when that kids were going down the hallway and he sees those two twin girls, and then the whole rush of all that BLOOD comes running. For those who have seen that movie, it's like Amityville Horror too. And in Amityville Horror, that's what it was. They went to a specific area. There was already an entity there, and then he turns on them because he starts hearing the voice. And then he goes forward with it. And then, of course, does what he does. And this could be, like I said, a Taurus, Leo, or a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But I'm getting Taurus with this. Like, I'm getting high energy of Taurus. And like I said, this is a feminine. I said that this was an earth sign and an air sign. A Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, female. And a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, male. So that really could narrow it down if this was someone's story. Now remember, you're just the bystander in this story. You're also just the person that was used as a pawn. And the reason why they become so obsessed. And here's the weird part about this that makes me even really creeped out, because now that song Radiohead's coming into my mind, The Creep. It's like, you didn't know Like, I know that's easy to say in a reading if this was true, to be like, oh, you didn't know this was happening, like, you know. But you actually were going through detrimental times, whoever this is for, but you didn't know that it was these two people literally like doing things like we're talking, planting things outside someone's home, taking pictures of them, paying people to watch you. Like, this is a very weird story for this. If this was true, that means that somebody's life has been tracked, like as if you really are like a Truman Show. But maybe not that far, right? Like, not everybody on the streets involved, not everybody on the, but like people who were willing to accept payment. So again, another way to narrow this down, if this was someone's story, your ex had money, or this female has money, because you need money to do these things. There's no way that you can just go do, like, this kind of spell work would take a lot of money. This would be like going down to like New Orleans or something and actually paying a fucking hardcore witch doctor or witch priestess or priest in this case. Because the way I just got this was like Jamaica or New Orleans, which is, and the way I just got it in mind too was like an actual like old school. There's this movie I'm thinking about, and I can't remember what movie it is, but there's this like voodoo chick in it, and she does the chicken thing and the whatever crazy stuff. Like, I research all of these things and I understand it and I can do it, but there are consequences and there's levels of things that you are to do or not to do. You create your own karma, because if you are not successful for one thing, like if you just don't care about karma and you do it anyways and you're not successful, have fucking fun. Have fun with whatever comes at you. But again, if you are no, there's no way. I can't even say that this person didn't know if someone paid to do this. I can't say that this person didn't know. So this is why I think that this female is the female that's with someone's ex. If this is the base of story. Because if not, I also wrote down that there was 2 fire signs together. And working with a water sign. So like 2 female fire signs, or a male fire sign and a female fire sign plus a female water sign. And they paid a practitioner who was an air sign. I was also I was getting that as well in this particular story, but either way, it doesn't matter who did what in this story. It's the fact that it didn't fucking work. And it's the fact that whatever they did is so forbidden. Like, their year is not going to be the same, because you guys have to understand too, if whether you believe it or not, there's a lot of people who really do follow astrology, and this year is the year of the snake, and by April is the transition. So these people, they know the solstice calendar, so they would know, if this was witchcraft, they would know that we don't have a new year until the end of March, beginning of April for Aries. The beginning of the zodiac, the end of the zodiac is Aries. And so these people would be trying to do something for the 13th of January for a full moon, and then consistently. And so it's almost like saying, if this story was true, somebody would have to make it until the end of March. Basically almost like staying hermited or staying away from certain people, especially if you get a weird feeling. You can't even make that up. Neighbors. Harvesting. See what I'm saying? Like, if this was someone's story, it's like Truman based. Wherever someone would be, is there's people involved. So again, that makes me think that either this Queen of Swords is very well known, or the earth sign that they're working with, like together, or they have money and they're dealing, and you're around people who are very weak-minded and willing to take a bit of cash. So they could be paying people who are even addicts, things like that. This Queen of Swords knows that we'll call him the King of Pentacles in this case, that this person wants to come back towards the Empress. So I do feel like if this Queen of Swords, I do feel like this person, because this also could be 2 air signs too, because there's a lot of different astrology that I wrote down for signs, right? So maybe I'll leave astrology out of it for a moment and just go based on calling them the Queen of Swords, the Queen of this and that, because I'm getting to that this could be 2 air signs that are Bonnie and Clyde. So you could have dated a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and they could be with one. There's something to do with that necromancy and the pet cemetery. And I'm not taking it as the part where they try to redo what they've done, like conjure up a loved one that's passed. I'm taking this as the grief part, like when I have that paired up, when we had that paired, where are you? Did I put you back in? Doesn't really matter. I must have put it back in. When I have that paired up with the other card that I felt that was with it, that automatically made me think that these were, yeah, that I had forbidden and I had grief. I don't want to say what I think this is, and like if this was a story of truth, I don't want to say that I think some people used one of their own to gain riches and things like that. Family, lies, the devil. So what I also think too is that like this is someone's family on this person's side, on the masculine side, that is painting whoever you would be as the devil in the case. And yet you're not the devil at all, it's them. So someone's been very successful at painting. And I almost wanted to say to somebody that this could have been your own family in ways too. Like you could be the black sheep, the scapegoat. So maybe these people thought it would be an easy target because whoever I'm speaking to, if this was truth, your family already isn't the kindest to you. So that could narrow down some people too. Because I get illness, I get family, someone saying that someone is ill, mentally ill, or oh, you know, we feel for them, and it's all lies. It's all lies. Saying that somebody does negative things, like sacrificial things that they don't do. Yet this is actually happening by this one, who is the real Queen of Swords and the Blair Witch. I also think something was done in the woods, and I think if this was like a real story, I think that there would be some sort of suspicion that happened, and there would be a BODY buried, or it's a bunch of animals. It's like a whole little graveyard of animals that an earth sign and a fire sign or someone's been doing here. I'm not even joking when I just said that. Because you have to understand necromancy and pet cemetery in this case, and then the woods right by it with Blair Witch. To me, and then of course the devil back here. This would be someone lying and saying that someone's doing this when they're not, and yet it's them doing it. Because I'm not denying that this is happening. I'm just saying that this is not happening by the person that's being blamed for it. It's this Queen of Swords. It's this Queen of Swords female and this King of Pentacles male. I almost towards like an area, let's say by the mountains or something, they'd find some sort of area where these people have been doing this. Like, it's really weird. And that's what I think someone's been utilizing is the base of animal. And because it's kind of like the story of the serial killer. They go from animal to now it's not enough. They need something bigger, something more, something that actually fights back or begs is what I'm getting. Something that begs. So I think that these people did something here. I think they did something. Pregnancy and health. I think that in this story, some people did something that they shouldn't have done. So I'm not going to say what I think, and please don't say it in the chat. But this would be like the most forbidden style of ritual that would be out there. And that was actually why I brought this deck out, because I wanted to see if that would come out, because I had fertility back there. And I wanted to kind of leave that in my mind until if that came out. Again, someone thought it would be a genius idea to curse somebody and then put them under suspicion. But whoever I'm talking to, you don't know, but you will find out if this is truth for whoever this is. There are people that are passing away randomly from your past. And if this was me, people would be saying it was me oh, it's me kind of thing. When it's them. Because again, if you were doing this kind of stuff, you wouldn't sit here like I'm sitting here and admitting. You wouldn't do that. There's no way to elude that or trick people by being like, oh, it's not me, but yet it's me. You know, like, no, you don't talk about this kind of stuff. This is the kind of shit that you do forbiddenly, and then you don't talk about it until a reader brings it up, or until like authorities figure it out, or evidence or spirit brings it up. So when I said, what is this person being caught for? What is being seen is that the fact that this person has children of the night. You can't make this up. This is the card for gone too far, willing to take it too far, because it's the aspect of, and then boogeyman. The fire sign, in too deep. If this story, again, like I keep saying, was true, these people did something with a youth and they shouldn't, something's not right with this. I don't know if I want to continue this story. I just feel like this is people who thought this would be a really smart idea. Like, this could have even, what I'm getting in mind, and I know this sounds terrible, this could have been two people who had a secret pregnancy and had an AB, but during that AB, maybe they had a prior ritual already done, so that when they went in to have that, it was like solidifying a ritual. I'm not joking. And then there's the other side. Something was already done. I'm glad that I got it that way, because I'm thinking, holy shit, what the, like, what's going on here? Like, I don't want to read this. And then catching a flight. I feel like someone really is trying to flee. I think they're trying to also flee from the other side. You can't flee from the other side. Girl, this is Final Destination. It doesn't matter what plane you get on. They'll get you in the bathroom. They'll get you in the plane. All of a sudden, you'll fall asleep on the plane and it'll be like, bam, Freddy Krueger, up in your face. You aren't getting away. You can't make it up. Because it was forbidden. It was forbidden. I'm going to put this on hold for a second, forbidden, and do these little reading here. There was root that was also done. Obsessive. Somebody's obsessed with someone. This person did root chakra magic towards whoever I'm talking to as well. And root is your foundation. So it'd be like your home, your job, your money, your stability within self, your what kind of keeps you together in the sense of grounded. I think one of the reasons, if this was like a base of truth story, the reason I'm laughing is because I'm thinking to myself, if this was truth, I get it now why it's almost like, don't worry about it, don't do anything, because like you got Final Destination, and that's why I keep saying Final Destination. I've been saying this for 2 years now. Final Destination, and I don't have a choice when someone's karma, or, you know, if I did, I'd be Genghis Khan. I'm sorry, I really would be. I don't have a choice. In this case, these people have no choice but to have their fate as Final Destination, because they are cursed. You cursed yourself. How do it? Queen of Swords. You dum-dum. You're not very smart. So this person's going to try and do the whole scream thing. Like, this is someone who's not stopping. So if this was someone's story, you are in danger. Not that I think it's going to happen. Not that I think this bitch is even going to make it. I think Final Destination will make sure that everything's good. But when I say that, I think it means that this person has paid people who are desperate enough and willing to do so. Because you have to remember, with this movie, the call comes from within the house. He's already in the house. She's already in the house. And in this story, I'm telling you, as a female, as a female, when the clock strikes 12, whatever comes for this person comes for them after 12. Yeah, there's the Blair Witch. She's dealing with a Baba Yaga, and it's 151. She's dealing with a Baba Yaga. Which, I'm sorry to get so excited, but if that was truth, for me to just get that in my mind and that's like a real thing, which I do believe in Baba Yaga. But if that's what's going after, that's a real scary. Okay, you know the movie The Conjuring? And I don't know if you guys can remember the scene where she turns around and sees the crazy cackled one hanging like from the tree. Or the part where she like runs at her in the basement kind of thing. That's a Baba Yaga. That is one scary ass, soul-wrenching, evil, scary fucking witch. That's a Baba Yaga. In spirit realm, that means like if Baba Yaga, let's say, was reincarnated into a body today, would look like a normal human, everything, and then when they go to sleep, if you were to somehow be able to get into that person's dreams, you wouldn't see them as the person that they were on the street. You would see them as the Baba Yaga, which means you fucking probably turn to stone because of how scary that face would be. I'm just giggling because I'm looking at this person like they chose to do this, the harvesting. I think this is also someone who does spell work after midnight towards someone. I think that's when this bitch has been doing this, early in the morning and late at night. And I'm getting that song from Sublime, but that's the part where it's like early in the morning. Mm-hmm. Myself a cigarette. Mm-hmm. So this is the masculine, and I think that this person is this person. I think that this is the person that's going to try and get back into the energy at Forbidden. And when we're going to move on to the masculine and see what the masculine's part in this is, besides being the ex and helping this person do, as I want to say it's necromancy. I really do. But I truly want to say that these people did something for why there's suspicion here. And I had pulled this in a book called The Couple Next Door. And they had staged their own youngins kidnapping and acted like they didn't do it, and it was an actual ritual that they had done, and they were in way too deep and they couldn't explain the trickster bullshit that they had done. And of course there's another one, and it's a trap. It was like the devil trapped them into thinking that they would be able to get away with this. It's like someone literally looking at their own son or daughter and being like, oh, I love you, but secretly behind closed doors, I'm about to sacrifice your ass because I care more about material and fame and money than I do about you. Oh, I can just make another one of you. Like, that's literally what I'm getting here. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. It'd be a good movie. But that's crazy. Not a good movie, but it'd be entertaining, I would say, because there'd be a whole lot of weird witchy shit in that one. Maybe they should do real witchy movies, like what's really going on in these, the way I just got that was like someone had like a room full of jars. Like, you know how you would see a wine cellar? It's like having a room full of jars, but people's names and faces and items of their hair and like a weird bunch of shit that I just got with that. That's creepy. Again, I have a very vivid imagination, so we'll leave it at that. Rick, if you're wanting a mini, let me know how many galaxies you've sent. If you're wanting a little spin-off from yesterday.